Amazon delivery service partners are hiring full-time delivery drivers to meet growing customer demand. Receive compensation of at least $20 per hour at select stations, plus benefits, and a sign-on bonus of $1,000 from participating DSPs if you apply now. No delivery experience required. Must be 21 years or older. Terms apply. Apply today at amazon.com/driver. That's amazon.com/driver.
Glittering ornaments, fragrant wreaths, and wide-eyed wonder await you and your family this Christmas at Biltmore. Enjoy a guided tour of America's largest home, filled with shimmering Christmas trees and adorned in all its Yuletide glory. Then make the most of your visit and imagine yourself as a holiday guest of the Vanderbilts at one of our overnight properties. Plan your stay at Biltmore.com.
Welcome to Bad Ideas. It's like Shark Tank, but instead of ideas born from hard work and planning, it is likely a terrible idea. But occasionally, a good idea manages to sneak its way in, despite our best efforts. This is Bad Ideas.
Okay, everybody, welcome to Bad Ideas. This is a podcast that has given you some insight on what could and could not be an idea you want to fabricate. Now, last week we had the LED dress that I won. My name is Chris Donovan, by the way.
That was a fantastic idea you had. It beat out my fart pads that as you fart through them, it makes your fart smell appealing, which I thought was a $1 trillion idea. But your LED dress idea was just a little too like it was so artistic that I felt that it had to get the win.
Yeah, and you know what? And I came up with that a long time ago. So I ordered some LEDs. I'm going to try to make it. So with that being said, that guy right there is Eric Leckie. You can follow him on Twitter at Snachos Rat Pack. And this is the podcast Bad Ideas, which is everything that we've ever created.
It's literally everything that's ever come out of our mouth or even our actions. Basically, the concept is this. It's like if you were standing in front of Shark Tank and you were about to give this pitch, but maybe you wrote the pitch when you were half drunk or half stoned, or you're just stupid as hell. And this is about those ideas and coming up with them. And we challenge ourselves with a category every episode. And Chris won last time, so he got to pick. And I believe it is like TV, movie, show ideas, right?
Yeah, like a show idea. So it could be a TV show or a movie.
Beautiful. Okay, well, since I lost, I'm going to have to go first here this time. And so I'm going to get it started with a talk show. So here's the format. So nowadays when you see a talk show or you hear of a talk show, it's all the same format. I mean, think about it. Since Johnny Carson, every talk show is the exact same format. There's a couch, there's a backdrop, there's a desk. Oh, we got to have kooky things on the desk. There's a fake microphone, even though that microphone's not really recording anything. It's the sound guy who's hanging the mic from up above. There's 3 camera setup. There's a band off to the side. You make snarky comments with the band leader. It's literally the same concept for everyone for the last 50, 60 years. It is time for the talk show to evolve. And I bring you my talk show where the stars that come on to promote their movie or show or album or whatever it is they're promoting, they have to do so in the character of the person they play. So Will Ferrell plays a priest alien from Mars who invented a Ferrari and he built himself. Whatever the stupid movie is, he has to come on the show and be completely in character, and you do the interview with the person in that character. So every show is different. It's a wacky format. Maybe you're interviewing someone who's a serial killer. Maybe you're interviewing Joaquin Phoenix as he's playing the Joker, and he comes to the set as the freaking Joker. He's terrorizing the staff. He's pissing all over the place. He's yelling at people in the audience. He's totally crazy. Wouldn't you tune in and watch it? Wouldn't it be something different and unique that would be coming into your television sets every night? You'd want to record it and go, oh my God, he has Russell Crowe on there, and Russell Crowe's playing a boxer who's mad at the world, and so he's going to punch this guy. You would watch every single episode, and it would be something different. It would also make you interested in the movie that they're going to see too, right? If they give a good performance, you're going to want to see the movie too. So the studios have some interest in doing this too. And I think this is a winning idea. I haven't come up with a name for it yet, but it's the concept for my reality talk show.
I like it. That's nice. I had a couple questions. Porn stars.
Wow. Okay. I will admit that I did not think of that, but wow. But wait a minute. Wait a minute. Bill
There's
Maher has
more.
a show on HBO, right? Like, so you can go X-rated with this a little bit. Maybe this talk show is on HBO. Maybe
Okay,
that
all
porn
right.
star comes in and just starts groping people's, genital regions, like during
Okay.
the show.
I like that. What if the character is something like the Green Mile Mr. Coffee, the very large man.
Take my
Like
hand,
how-
boss.
Yeah, to take my hand.
Take my hand, boss.
I mean, that would be cool, but it would be a very quiet.
Okay, but the actor can play with it how the actor wants to play with it. Like if it's in that particular case, right? He was a gentle giant, but that could also kill. And maybe he at just some point he pretends like he snaps and he tackles the hosts, and then they have to break. Oh, we're gonna go to break. We're gonna go to break, and they come back, and he's locked up with hand shackles and he's being restrained down. I mean, you could do like a whole thing with it. I think it gives something interesting and unique that you could watch every time.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. How do you think they're going to make the Mandalorian fly when he goes on there?
Special effects, man. This is Hollywood.
Okay, there you go. I like it. It's actually a really good idea. I would tune in to see like Joaquin Phoenix be like the Joker.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. And that's like a perfect example for the concept of the show. If you knew that, oh, did you know here on Thursday night, Joaquin Phoenix is promoting the Joker and he's going to be on that set? Like, oh shit, I'm going to watch. Man, it's going to be appointment viewing. And then anyone who watches it's going to be like, oh, I got to see that movie. That was awesome.
Well, think about this. Scarlett Johansson promoting Black Widow. She goes everywhere dressed like Black Widow in those black spandex.
Yes, please.
Yeah, exactly. Or what about Jumanji where that one guy was a horse? How does he pull that off?
That's okay. Maybe you don't have that guy on your show, I guess. But
okay.
But Tom Hanks just came out with that movie, News of the World, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't always have to be complicated. Sometimes it's gonna be a little bit more boring, but I think it would still be interesting. So he comes on as the character from that movie, which was a guy who would go from town to town to read the newspaper. You could have a whole bit where Tom Hanks is on your show and he's this news, I read the news, and you could almost give it like the background of your character, or you would learn a lot more too, even when it's not like, Joaquin Phoenix like pulling out a fake gun and shooting the audience, which would be really exciting because that's like sweeps week stuff. But even your everyday show is super interesting. And it has to always be the movie or show or project that they're promoting.
Yeah, no, I like it. What about cartoons? Toy Story.
You could still be in the character of that thing. I mean, you would just have to dress up, right? Or you'd have to, you'd still have to be in that character.
Yeah, I think they figure out a way for have it like you in
animated,
the background, the voice. Yeah, the animate.
Like when you go to Disneyland, that sea turtle where he talks to you because they're seeing
Crush,
you from the camera.
man.
Yeah, Crush. They do it like that where you're in the character and it's talking and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways,
Okay.
so there's
like
my idea.
I like it. I don't think it'll do good for slower movies, but your heart will go on.
Wow, nice, well done. Okay, what do you got?
Well, here's mine. Now, this is a movie. Right? You're in the military. You're out there fighting a war. This war is crazy. Everybody's dying, thousands and thousands of people dying. You're doing the best you can for your general or your captain. You're doing everything you can. You're fighting, and then you win. War's over. What do you do now? You're decommissioned. They don't need 7 million warriors anymore. So then you go and you're living in Detroit or somewhere. You don't know where, but you don't have anyone. You turned in your helmet, gave him your blaster. You don't have any other friends, yet you look a lot like everyone else. And then you find the one you love. And this is a rom-com about a clone trooper in Star Wars called Clonely.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, good. You like it?
You know what's funny? I couldn't figure out where you were going at first. And then
What
when
gave it
you
up?
said how they looked up, he gets home from the war. He has no idea where he is because he's nowhere, right? Like he doesn't understand the concept of where he is because he's never been there before.
Never been anywhere.
He was clear. And then when you said he looks around and everyone looks like him, I'm like, oh, I think this is the clones.
Yeah.
And then when you said, I was like, oh, and then it's a clone love story. So it's a point. So it
It's
only
a rom-com.
references the Star Wars universe in almost like the periphery, the background.
Yeah,
like maybe he's walking the streets back home and he sees like the God, what were the little
Porgs.
No. The ship that Anakin Skywalker drove when he was driving around, they were like little taxis that were zooming up in the sky. It's
Oh yeah, yeah.
When you remember when he's like trying to escape and he's being chased or something, like
Yeah.
you see that like flying overhead as the stormtrooper, like so he's walking down below as that happens, or
Yeah.
you could like tie in other things that are in the background.
It's like he's got one of those speeder bikes, all of his stuff on it, and that's kind of all he has. Kind of just
He
right
could have
around.
flashbacks to like things that happened to him. Like, you know, I was in the forest of Endor. I was chased. This
Yeah.
guy like made me crash my motorcycle thingy into a tree. It took me years to recover from that.
Yeah, you should have been there when we took over, killed all those droids at one planet. You know, it was crazy. All the Jedi showed up when we first, like, I was there on the front lines. There were so many droids, and I have PTSD.
I was held prisoner by the Jedi for 3 years, you know.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
you like it, huh?
That
And-
is
but then
pretty
he did
interesting.
stuff
And
like-
you know what's funny? I could totally picture that as a Disney Plus show. I mean, they love these like telling them these side stories, where, you know, like essentially what The Mandalorian is, right? The Mandalorian is a side story in the Star Wars universe that interacts with people from the Star Wars universe. Well, this would kind of be the same thing. It's like, hi, I'm clone number TW175,
Yep.
you know, and
Nickname Rough Wrecker.
but you don't know that at first. The first 10 minutes of the show, it just looks like a soldier coming home movie. And you don't realize it until the reveal is like you
face.
zoom out and you see that all of the houses look the same and they're cookie cutter and all the people look the same and they drive the same car
The
and
bike,
they have
yeah.
the same yard and the same whatever. And they keep zooming out and then you realize, and it keeps zooming out to get into space. And then you see the Death Star.
It's like the clone camp.
Or you see an Imperial trooper ship going by or something like that.
That's exactly it. But it's the Star Wars show based, or not based, but more directed toward women. Clone.
Yeah, but I would totally watch that too. I mean,
I would too. So then he has to come up with a name. He's got to figure it out. He goes around. Everybody sees it. He's a clone because everybody knows what they look like. So they all get made fun of, or they get beat up, or, they get attacked. So he's walking around constantly getting hurt, getting punched, getting spit on.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
So he's got to deal with that on top of not knowing anything besides fighting. And he has growth acceleration. So he grows faster than everyone else too. So even if he meets someone, he will die first. It's deep.
it is pretty deep. I do like it. I think it has potential to be a series that's like a 3-season series where it's just this like one story arc and then it's done. It doesn't need to go on for 10 years. It's like a good like 2-3 season show.
Well, because then they'd all be dead with their growth acceleration, except for Boba Fett.
Yeah, and at some point Boba Fett's got to like be in a background of a scene or something like that where
As a kid, because he's
as a
still
kid.
kind of a kid. Yeah.
No, I think that's really interesting, and I think that's plausible. Like that would be something that you and I could sit in front of the Disney Plus people and say, "Okay, here's our show, and our show idea." And Jean Favreau is attached to direct. You could do all that kind of stuff, and I think that would actually get some love.
Yeah, no, I think Dave Filoni would be all about it. I think it'd be really good. I like yours too, though. The talk show that we have to come up with a name for, but they come on as the characters. I can only imagine, like if like Russell Crowe came on as like Gladiator. Do I not entertain?
Telling you, but he would come on in the full gear, and
Yeah.
you could play it a bunch of ways. It could be he comes on and he's really confused, like what is this camera? What is this technology? And he attacks the camera, or maybe he comes on, he's just like a total prick, like you can't keep me here. Like there's a million things you could do. You could even have running gags where like the guy kills the band leader. You have a serial guy playing a serial killer. He comes on, you're interviewing him, and at some point he's going to snap, and you have a bunch of squibs tied up to the, you could plan some of this stuff ahead of time. Because remember, these are actors and actresses. They have the ability to kind of do this. Or same thing if you have an artist, you have Lady Gaga, she would have to come in full character.
Like meat dress and all.
Yeah. Do it and play it as that character.
Yeah, that'd be great. What about the best interview I think would be Groot. Vin Diesel comes in he has to come in like a tree suit, and he just sits down and goes, "I am Groot."
Exactly. You could do that for just the sheer comedic value of, for the 5-minute interview, it's only going to be Groot.
But also then Bradley Cooper comes in dressed in the clothes that Rocket Raccoon would wear, and he just kind of talks like him.
Yeah, and he
that would
talks
be
like him.
hilarious.
But see,
That would be good. Okay, I think
it reinvents the concept of that whole genre, and it would be entertaining appointment viewing. You
Yeah.
would be checking every week to see who's on the show that week, because you'd be like, holy shit, this guy's going to be on it. Or,
Yeah, that'd be a good SNL skit too.
it would.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So who wins? How are we gonna do this? think
Well,
this is
I
great.
gotta say, your idea is like incredibly clever, and I really like it. I even like that you put in the name Clonely. I think that's really funny. I think the actual name is gonna have to be something like the guy's number, like the name of the show is gonna have to be like TWS49
Like
or something
a
like that. Like that, I
submarine?
think that makes a better name. But Clonely, it's too punny. It's too.
It was
it's
on the
too
nose.
cutesy.
for
It's
sure.
clever. It's too on the nose. I'm gonna have to say I vote for mine, because I think mine redefines an entire genre.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like yours. I just think we need to come up with a name. So we'll think about a name before the next time we record and see if we can hash one out, because I do think that I would love to see Rebel Wilson show up on a talk show and do nothing but sing a cappella her answers. It would be quite funny.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
So
right.
I won this one, so I'm gonna pick the category for next time. And you know what? The next time we're gonna do?
What?
We're gonna do a law. A law.
Oh,
Our idea of a law that should be passed.
okay. A law.
A law.
A law. Not an in-law, just
No,
a
not
law.
an in-law.
A law.
By the way, I always pass on in-laws.
Yeah, well, you have slept with a few, haven't you?
What?
Nothing?
What was
Thank you all
that?
for listening. Please go to thisisfunner.com. This is our podcast called Bad Ideas. Tell your friend. Tell us online what you think. Tag us. Bad Ideas Podcast is our hashtag, I think, if we're using that.
Yeah.
But beside all
I
that,
still call it a pound sign.
okay. They have to remember the old push pound. How many people? How many?
Push
young kids-
hashtag.
I know, right? That's so much more words. All right, go to This Is Funner. Look at all the other podcasts, and we will give you some more bad ideas next week.
All right, everybody. See it.
Were they good or bad? Either way, if you like them, take them. But at least give us the credit and a kickback. Thanks for listening to Bad Ideas. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. And please tell a friend about it.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.